Just west of the church is a graveyard containing many 19th century grave markers. On July 6, 1864, nearby, Mosby's Rangers attacked and routed 150 Union cavalrymen. Over 100 Union soldiers were killed, wounded, or captured. Mosby had 8 men wounded, 1 mortally.
It has been claimed by some that the actives of the Punishment Rangers bands in Northern and Western Virginia, especially those of John S. Mosby, may have prevented the Union victory in the summer or fall of 1864. A Virginian with a penmanship of violence, Mosby, Virginia Cavalry, 1861, 1st Intelligent, 1st Virginia Cavalry, February 1862. Captain PACS, March 15, 1863. Major PACS, March 26, 1863. Major 43rd Virginia Cavalry. Downtown, June 10, 1863. Lieutenant Colonel, 43rd Virginia Cavalry, Bolton, January 21st, 1864, and Colonel Mosby, Cavalry Regiment, December 7th, 1864. Originally an established man, an officer in the 1st Virginia Cavalry, he came into the conflict with that unit's colonel, Dumble Jones.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
What are these? So during the Civil War, the Union troops used Mount Zion as a hospital and also as barracks. And so the recovering soldiers, as they were recuperating and they were leaving, they would sign their name. And you can see when the church was being restored, some of the graffiti that they found and they preserved using the fire bat and stuff. Anyway, so it's part of the Northern Virginia Civil War graffiti trail, Mount Zion is. Well, it was common back then, the soldiers would leave their names written all over the place during the Civil War. It's just sort of like a "I was here" statement.
So that looks like a pulpit, but what was done in front of the pulpit up there?
The surgeon would have a table right there, and then he would put the people on top of it and would put them on the table so he could do surgery on them
And then what about these pews? What would happen?
soldiers would wait on them to get surgery. So, and if it was a gunshot that went straight through, they would soak a long strip of thread in iodine, and then they would attach it to a needle and put it through the wound and pull it through until it came out clean, and then they would say that you're.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He
Bring me a first aid
is
kit,
trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is mine.
Thank you. Who are you?
I'm an angel of the battlefield.
2,000 women from the north and south who were nurses in the Civil War, the angels of the battlefield. Clara Barton gave the Red Cross its start in the angels of the battlefield. Susie King Taylor and Dorothea Dragon Dix. They were the angels of the battlefield. So do me a favor and applaud these ladies quick.
I was thinking about how a soldier would feel waiting to get surgery. It must have been really painful, and there would have been a lot of screaming and yelling.
Do you think John Mosby hidden here?
Probably not. He probably hid outside in some of the bushes.
Why do you think he was called the Great Ghost?
He used to sneak into the Union lines and steal their information and sneak back out and give it to the Confederates like a ghost. And since he was in the Confederates, they always wore gray, so he was the Gray Ghost.
Wow. Oh, do you remember when General Stanton sent out the search, and that very same night, John Mosby went up and tried to and went to get General Stanton?
Yeah. General Stanton said he really wanted to capture Mosby, and he sent almost all his men out on it.
But when?
Yeah, and then when they went up to the door, they knocked on the door quite loudly, and then just grabbed the guy by the night chain and told him to bring them up to General Stanton.
And then when they got up, John Mosby pulled off General Stanton's covers and smacked him on the butt.
He did not, I believe, he did not have as much as a good reputation after that.
This historic cemetery in Aldie, Virginia, has been designated by the Society of Professional Journalists as a historic site in journalism. The graveyard adjoining this church on June 23, 1863, was the site where Harper's Illustrated Weekly's Alfred R. Waud, one of the Civil War's most renowned artists, dug the grave for the burial of his friend, Lynd Walter Buckingham. Buckingham was the chief cavalry correspondent for the New York Herald. Now, Buckingham had spent the day of June 21st covering what would become one of the largest cavalry battles in U.S. history in and around the villages of Aldie, Middleburg, and Upperville. At the front, with Union General Judson Kilpatrick throughout the June 21st fight, Buckingham was on his way to Washington with his account of the fighting when Confederate partisan fighters under Major John Singleton Mosby's command overtook Buckingham and caused his horse to dash down a steep hill and throw its rider powerfully to the ground. Buckingham later died of injuries to his skull in a makeshift Union Army hospital within this church. After burying his friend, Waud rode on to Gettysburg, where on July 2nd and 3rd, he sketched scenes of the fighting there that continue to shape Americans' views of that epic battle. A couple of days after Buckingham's burial, Union Captain Webster, an old friend of his, came to Mount Zion with an escort and ambulance to disinter Buckingham's body and send the remains to Buckingham's family. The Society of Professional Journalists designated this site as a historic site in journalism. The organization says that as long as they exist, they will recall the devotion to duty and fellow man that embody the best qualities of America's war correspondents. This is dedicated June 14th, 2013.
Glory, hallelujah, glory.